Hey guys, welcome to the RC.
And today's the first edition of our... we don't have a name for this series, so please tell us what you want us to call it. But basically what we're going to do is we are going to read weird Christian fan fiction, since Rachael is a big fan of fan fiction.
Mm-hmm. I love the story of Harry Potter. I love the original, so I love when people pay homage to it in a very, very fun way. And I love when people change things. Like, I love when people do things like,
What if,
yeah. Hermione was pureblood, or whatever. Or what if
Harry Potter died in the first book?
Oh my gosh, there was one I actually read
was
that
there
was
really?
Like that.
Terrifying. But today what we're doing is our what if is what if Hogwarts was actually a Christian novel?
So Connor tricked me because when he first pitched me this idea, he said, "Hey, you like Harry Potter fan fiction? I've got a good one. It's really short. It's only 14 chapters." I had to look. And we can read it on the podcast. It'll be really fun. And I was like, that's not going to go well because homeschool moms are notorious for not liking Harry Potter because it is witchcraft and wizardry.
You know, when you mentioned that, that's actually the whole plot of this. So every single episode, we're going to be doing 14 episodes, 14 new things. And if you guys have other things to do, if you like this, let us know. But we are reading Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles by Proud Housewife. She starts off with a little note that I feel is required to read.
I think we need to tell them what this is before we start this. So what this is trickery.
It's Christian Harry. Well, she explains it here. Do you want your little ones to read books, the Harry Potter books, but you don't want them turning into witches? This is the story for you. Author's note. Hello, friends. My name is Grace Ann. I'm new to this whole fan fiction thing, but recently
we can tell
I've encountered a problem that I believe this is the solution to. My little ones have been asking to read the Harry Potter books, and of course, I'm happy for them to be reading, but I don't want them turning into witches.
Okay, first off, reading the books does not turn you into witches.
You need schooling for that. Anyways, so I thought, why not make some slight changes to these books that are family friendly? And then I thought, why not share this with all the other mommies who are facing the same problem? So, ta-da! Here it is. I am so excited to share this with all of you. So without further ado.
Wait a minute. Is this just the first book?
Yeah. Yes. Kind of. Okay.
Honey,
yes.
Please tell me that 14 chapters. 14. Look, it's on my phone. You can't see it. There are 14 chapters. This is just the first book, right? There's got to be more of these.
He doesn't get to Hogwarts until chapter 3. So
okay.
So that should give you enough of an understanding. Don't worry. She was planning when she started to do every book. I'll give you that much of information. So
I am scared. I am properly terrified. Please, someone
she explains
save me.
it. She explains in her author's notes how that's developing in her personal life and how writing this is changing her personal spirituality throughout this stuff. So we'll also be able to follow with our good friend Grace Ann, or pseudonym Proud Housewife. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Harry Potter who lived under the stairs in a house on Privet Drive with his aunt and uncle. He was a good, obedient boy who did all his chores, but he felt there was something missing in his life, something big and special, but he could not quite name it. He stayed up every night and wished for this special something, but then one day, there was a knock at his door, and everything changed. Do you want to do voices?
Sure.
You do the voice of Aunt Petunia.
I do have fun voices. Answer the door, Harry.
His Aunt Petunia. Oh, you blew out the speaker. You need to be...
I'm gonna just stand
Aunt Petunia's a little too shrill there.
I'm sorry. I got carried away. I love Harry
please,
Potter.
Continue.
Answer the door, Harry.
Please, give this the respect it is due.
Do you see this dialogue? Do you see this dialogue?
Please, they can't hear the dialoge. You need us to
answer the door, Harry.
His Aunt Petunia, a career woman, barked from her armchair. Oh, you have to bark it. Sorry. Her Aunt Petunia barked from her armchair where she sat with her feet up. She had short, curly, blonde hair and never wore any makeup.
Okay.
Uncle Vernon nodded sheepishly from the kitchen and put a tray of moist, chocolatey brownies in the oven. So you know they're bad because they're switching gender roles. How dare she be the career woman while he be the one baking brownies?
Maybe they're both career people and he just really wants to bake brownies.
Shouldn't he?
Or he was taking them out of the oven. Like, I bake all the time. Connor pulls stuff out of the oven because I'm notorious for burning myself on accident.
Shouldn't you be doing that? Harry thought, but he was a very obedient young boy, so he answered the door right away. He turned the brass metal doorknob. Wait. Brass is a type of... and pulled open the heavy wooden door.
Okay, so I understand she's trying to be descriptive.
Yes.
But...
We're about
Okay.
to meet our first character. On the porch was standing a huge muscular man with a big manly beard, and he was dressed in a plaid red shirt, blue jeans, and sturdy leather boots. His chest was covered in a thick, unruly carpet of coarse brown hair. He wore a necklace that looked to Harry like a lowercase T. Just looking at Harry feel happy, peaceful somehow, but he couldn't say why. "Good morning, kiddo," the man greeted amiably, and looked at his raggedy old shoes that were blue.
Why is that important?
Perhaps this is why he felt so lonely, he thought, not for the first time. Maybe that he was missing a mommy and daddy. But no, that was not quite right. "I am so sorry to hear that." Oh, wait, no, I skipped something.
You skipped so much. Okay, we're going to back up.
Hold
First
on.
off,
He smiled at Harry. He had a peaceful face. "My name is Hagrid. Could I speak to your mommy and daddy?" Harry gets sad because he doesn't have a mommy and daddy.
oh.
That makes more sense. "I am so sorry to hear that," Hagrid uttered empathetically. "You can speak with my auntie and uncle," Harry retorted politely and blinked his big blue childlike eyes.
He's 11. Of course they're childlike. He's 11.
Yes,
Wait a minute. Is Hagrid just a lumberjack?
I think he's a hipster. I think he's a youth
I
minister.
don't like any of that.
I'm 90% sure he's a youth
I'm
minister.
picturing a lumberjack, but then I had to do the lowercase t like outward because my brain.
It's a cross.
Okay,
I think he's a youth minister from Franciscan University of Steubenville, here to take you
He sounds
on
like
your
a
orientation
lumberjack.
weekend.
I don't want to.
It's Aunt Petunia says.
What do you want?
Aunt Petunia peered out the door with her narrow, suspicious eyes, and she was wearing a baggy, unflattering pantsuit. Just in case you weren't aware of what she was wearing.
You mean like my
"Hello,
t-shirt?
neighbor." Did he turn to Mr. Rogers?
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
"I was wondering if you had been saved," Hagrid exclaimed brightly, and tipped his wide-brim straw cowboy hat.
I do not like this.
Confirmed,
This is
he's a youth
cursed.
minister.
This is cursed.
Aunt Petunia laughed a gravelly smile and leaned forward on her sturdy, practical boots.
Saved? Don't tell me you are one of those Christian.
Harry did not know what that word meant. But Hagrid,
Wait, what?
But Hagrid's
Has this
smile.
kid been living for 11 years and doesn't know what a...
We get to that. Hagrid's smile was the most peaceful smile he had ever seen. It made Harry feel warm and happy inside, just seeing the glowing, radiant grin on the kind, friendly stranger's face. How come she has to have two descriptors for every noun?
I think she doesn't understand that
I'm sorry, I didn't say
one
that.
powerful one
I
is
didn't say that
better
right.
than two stupid ones.
I meant, why does she have strong, powerful descriptors for every
Stop.
specific individual
Welcome
noun?
to definitely her first fanfiction.
We should have done this with alcohol. He wondered why Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon did not smile like that. "Yes, I am," Hagrid replied kindly. "Are you?" Aunt Petunia laughed again and stuck her pointy, sharp nose up in the air.
Is she a witch? We are too smart for that. Haven't you read Dawkins? God is... This is so aggressive. God is dead. Dawkins proved that. I don't think Dawkins proved that in his writings.
Keep reading,
I have
keep reading.
questions. Would you like us to educate you on the Dawkins? What?
"Well, what is a Christian?" Harry queried innocently and scuffed his shoe on the shaggy yellow carpet, which had not been vacuumed in quite some time. "Christians
What
are
an
people who
unnecessary
want to be
detail.
good," Hagrid explained wisely, and crouched down as he was on eye level. So he was on eye level with Harry. "We want to go to heaven after we die. Do you know what heaven is, Harry?" Harry shook his head, and his big eyes were wide and curious. Can you do wide and curious eyes? "Heaven is a beautiful place where we can be with God." Aunt Petunia smacked her hands over Harry's young ears.
Oh my goodness.
And her voice was sickly sweet when she said,
Thank you very much for your concern, sir, but he doesn't need your religion. He has... What?
keep reading. You can't stop.
He has science and socialism and birthdays? Haven't you heard of evolution? I have a very good textbook on evolution that I could give you on it if you would like to learn things. Okay, first off,
Hagrid
grammar.
laughed wisely. "Evolution is a fairy tale. You don't really believe that, do you?"
Okay, but Christians believe in evolution.
Keep going.
Yes, I do.
I know it's hard to get through this.
I can't get through this. I need to complain as I go.
Aunt Petunia screeched. "Well, then, prove it." Aunt Petunia only stared at him, and her big mouth hung open dumbly. Here she thought she was so educated, and always demanded the Christians prove what they believed in. But she could not even prove her own religion.
Okay, but if she believes in science, well, I guess it depends on definition of religion.
It was then that
Continue.
Harry knew who the smart one here was.
What?
tell me how to get to this heaven place, Harry cried wistfully, clasping his hands together. Sometimes the wisdom of little ones is really amazing.
What? Okay, wait. Okay, I gotta stop.
Are we taking a pause here?
Yeah, we're pausing here. Let me tell you something, okay? In a story, you do not just put a theme, a long sentence theme, in the middle of the action and dialogue. Like, you have to prove what you're saying. You can't just say it.
So, can the sentence keeps going. We think we grown-ups know it all, but then God...
Wait a minute. Did she just pull out of the story to third person, lecture me?
But then God speaks through the mouths of little ones and shows us how we are all mortal, struggling along the path of life. Humility.
I like how it's just period. Humility. Period.
She has to really nail down the point.
You didn't say it right. It's how we are all mortals struggling through the path of life. Humility.
All you have to do is be saved. Do you want... Oh, that's Hagrid. All you want to do is be saved. Do you want to be saved? I do, Harry squealed, jumping up and down. Then pray the sinner's prayer. Oh, gosh, now they're losing me. Aunt Petunia tried to stop him. The sinner's prayer.
Okay.
Don't worry, you'll see it in a second. But she was powerless against Harry's pure, innocent, holy energy. Was it like an anime power? Was he like...
It seems like he's glowing.
Jesus Christ, have pity on me, a sinner!
He's most definitely glowing white. If
Soon.
he's not, I'm really disappointed in this story.
Soon, Harry had said the prayer. Hagrid beamed happily.
Wait, so they're not even going to tell us the prayer? They're just going to say
Jesus
that
Christ,
he
have
said
pity on me,
it?
a sinner.
Oh.
You say that and you're saved.
I don't think that's how that works.
You're a Christian now, Harry, Hagrid cried proudly. Harry smiled but then interrogated. But how do I be a Christian? I don't know. Hagrid grinned widely. There's only one place to learn that. Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles. Author's note. So what do you all think? I may not be a professional writer, but I think I'm being given the talent to pull this off in service of a greater mission. Blessings, Grace Ann. Rachel, your thoughts on the first episode, chapter 1.
First off.
Which is also titled Chapter 1 of Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles.
If you don't put in a title, it puts in one for you.
No.
Oh no, she titled it that?
Yes, she titled.
That's a custom title.
It's episode 1, chapter 1. What are your thoughts? Other than it being labeled chapter 1, what are your thoughts on this first episode?
Okay. First off, it's very, very poorly written. It reads like a like I could have written that in like 3rd grade. Okay? And not because I'm a great writer, because it's that simple, okay?
What about the content?
The content is so weak, okay? She has no defense. The dialogue, no one talks like this. If you know someone who talks like this, beat them upside the head with a dictionary. They need to learn how to speak.
You don't have atheist friends running around saying, would you like me to educate you on the Dawkins?
I've never even heard it called the Dawkins. I've heard... First off, Christians, we can acknowledge evolution. Like, evolution is fine, okay? You just can't believe that we just suddenly developed a soul on our own, okay? You have to understand that God gave us our soul and created us in his image. That doesn't necessarily mean physically he first made us a human. It means he made us, okay? So that's my first issue. Second issue, she just rambles on, and it's almost like she pretends like the atheists are stupid, like, didn't have a way. No one had thought to ask her. They have plenty of evidence. They think Christians don't have evidence, but we do. So, first off, that. I just really didn't like that they made the characters so, just like brazenly, like, it's so forward just how obnoxious they're being. Like, no one talks like this. I don't know any Christian who comes to my door and just like, do you want to know about Jesus Christ? Like, yeah, okay,
Mormons.
There's the Mormons. But, like, that's different. Like, we expect that from them. Normal Christians, especially, like, a just youth minister lumberjack cowboy, isn't going to just walk up to your door and be like, you specific person that I somehow know the name of, do you know about Jesus? Like, how are they going to explain that he knows Harry's parents and knows where he is? How are they going to explain... Like, I just don't like, because it seems like this is someone just trying to take a story that's already been developed, that has characters, that has a plot, that has things that, like, conflict, has real art, and they're just trying to take it and use it as propaganda. This is what we yell at communists in other countries
Rachel,
for
the
doing.
word is family friendly.
No, this is propaganda.
You need to reread her authors now. I thought this was inspiring and beautiful. I thought it was really an in-depth look into the human soul, along the lines of Chesterton, truly.
I will strangle you with my Ravenclaw scarf. No. I do not like this. This is not the purpose of fan fiction. Fan fiction is not made so that you can take someone else's work and turn it into propaganda for your faith. I don't think any Christian should read this to their kids. I would just like to point out, I know Catholic parents who read Harry Potter to their kids when they're like 4. Okay? Like, calm down. You're reading too much into it, Grace Ann. Okay? It's just such a weak character. Like, it's just, oh yeah, we're gonna have them say the most obnoxious, extreme thing possible. And just, yeah, like, no one talks like this. I don't know who would, like, if someone was like, if I came to a house and I was like, hey, would you like to learn about Jesus Christ? And they were like, no, I'll educate you on Dawkins. I'll be like, we don't do that. I'd be like, well, okay, have fun. Good luck with that. And also, like, you shouldn't just try to evangelize to someone and convince someone to go to your side with words. That doesn't work. Okay, you don't convince someone to join your side through words.
Don't you want to be saved, Rachel? Say the sinner's prayer, and you will be saved. Heaven is a happy place. We go when we die. Don't worry. Next week we actually figure out how to go to Hogwarts and what it means to be a Christian and how to get to Hogwarts.
I'm gonna get more aggressively angry as this goes, aren't I?
They pray the Our Father to get there.
Okay, but like, I'm gonna get both theological and like angsty about this, aren't I? Like, I'm gonna rant like actual theology and philosophy of people, but I'm also gonna be a fan who's gonna blow people, like, just blow up.
So 1 out of 10, what would you give it?
A 0.
A 0 out of 10 for the first episode. Thank you for watching the first episode of Rachel and Connor Read Harry Potter.
I'm so frustrated. What? Okay. Like,
sorry, Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles. I'm so sorry, not Harry Potter.
What is, first off, you don't get to use the names for trash, okay?
Are you
Harry
okay?
Potter, no, I'm very upset. Okay?
Join us next week for our second episode of Rachel getting upset over Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always,
keep it real.